my students. All right. When I'm done with teaching, I get to go ahead and either head home or I can go ahead and stay here at UTSA and practice a little bit, blow some notes, and take care of business. How would a best friend or family member describe me? Determined, driven, musically gifted, inspired, wacky, little nutty and loony, all together now. But that's all a part of the stuff that I do as a performer, as a teacher. I experiment with different genres of music, different styles. And so it's important to make sure that I have something that's going to allow me to be able to look into those different styles and study them. That's where Rhapsody comes in. Do I think that what my friends would say about me is right? Yeah, I have no doubt. I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion and stuff, but my friends know me to be generous to a fault, as well as being concerned and driven to educate students, especially in the realm of jazz. That's probably my biggest thing. So, going on from there, I just mentioned about Rhapsody and me as far as how it works, and why am I such a fan? Because not only is it a part of my personal listening, it's not only a part of my being as far as a musician and an artist, but as an educator, it allows me a tool that I can use to help people to understand better about the music, about the style, about the genres, about the passion behind it. I mean, you know, with music, it's such an emotional driven art form, and it really makes a huge difference when I can go ahead and have something that I can use to help students to realize that, to understand it, and in turn to gain a better understanding of themselves. So, I'm all about Rhapsody. And I just love it. I think it's a wonderful service. It's an awesome tool. Am I into several types of music? What am I into? Jazz, classical, R&B, soul, different styles of hip hop. Oh my gosh, folk, bluegrass, classic country, country swing. I study all these things. In fact, I play them on a regular basis. I should play some for you. I'll do that in just a little bit. My music collection, I've got over 1,000 albums, vinyl albums of different jazz and classical artists, along with, of course, some classic rock, The Who, Cream, Led Zeppelin, The Beatles, a Black Sabbath album or two that I only pull out for special occasions. And you know, I'm always listening. I'm always checking stuff out. I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. I wake up to music in my head. So therefore, I have I would say about 80% of my collection is jazz, and after that, the rest of it is incorporated with different types of soul, hip hop, some disco. So it's pretty diverse. Anyway, if I had to pick a song to describe my personality, the first one that comes to mind is A Love Supreme by John Coltrane, because I appreciated his devotion to God and to the music and to the art and to the creativity that comes through the Creator. That would pretty much sum it up for me. That is what I believe, that is what I am, that is what makes me what I am. And I owe it all to God through Christ for the work that I've been blessed to do. That's what it's about. Politically correct or not, doesn't really matter, does it? And so, going on, if I have go-to songs, if I have something that I would listen to for happy, there's this one song that comes from the Gino Vanelli album, Yonder Tree, called I'm in Love. That's an incredible number. Starts off with Gregory Hines tap dancing, then leads into this killer LA studio band with Gino just ripping it up on some serious jazz. For sadness and for melancholy, as of late, I've been doing some listening on the classical side to the great bass trombonist Charles Vernon, who's the bass trombonist with the Chicago Symphony. He's got an album that he recorded of songs, including the concerto for bass trombone and orchestra by Eric Ewazen. The second movement of that concerto is just so poignant. It's got a huge depth of sadness and such. So, I mean, that's some of the stuff that I listen to. Eric Carmen did a song called All By Myself that I tend to find at times can be rather sad and depressing. If I'm thinking about love and longing, especially with my lovely wife Rhonda, then from the Johnny Hartman and John Coltrane album, My One and Only Love, that's one of my all-time favorites. I've recorded a couple of CDs myself, and my daughter, who lives in Savannah, Georgia, my lovely, lovely daughter, Emily, and her husband, Celine, they have two beautiful children, Xavier and Xander. And when Emily was younger, she wrote this song called Pretty One that's going to be on my new CD. And that's what I think about that gives me most joy and happiness. My family means the world to me, and there's nothing more important on that end. So,